Alrighty. What was your name, sir?
Ezekiel Garcia, but people just call me Easy.
Call you Easy E?
Easy, yep.
Easy, alright.
Facts.
Well, you got any socials you want me to shout out, anything like that?
No, not really. Just
Alright. So, we're out here talking to strangers about Martin Luther King Day.
yeah.
Why don't you just tell me, pretend I don't know anything about him, who he is, what did he do, what did he stand for?
He was a civil rights activist in like the late 1900s, so like 1980s, 90s, I believe. And then he just wanted equal rights for African Americans. He wanted equal rights really just for like everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah. You know, and peaceful protesting.
Yeah, so not like, we're going to storm the Capitol and force equality by might makes right. It's a group thing, you'd say?
Yeah, so it was more like, because they did the marches and stuff, and a lot of people, like, at the time in the South, it was like really controversial and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was more for like, he did what he did for, it was for the right reasons, so,
Yeah. So, I guess I want to ask next, do you also believe what Martin Luther King taught and what he stood for? You'd stand on his side?
Yeah, I mean, like, you really never know, because, like, personally, like, I don't know what, like, everything he stood for, you
Yeah,
kind of just,
exactly.
You listen to what is taught in school and stuff, so, of course, like, he's perceived as a good person, but he could always, like, there's always, like, two sides to a story, so, I mean, like...
Nobody's perfect, and some people make bad choices.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean they're a bad person.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, pretty much for what he taught and what, kind of weird taught that he was about, of course I stand, like, I'm with him, Like, equal rights, like, I mean, how
For
can you not?
everyone.
Yeah.
Anything that is alive and, we're all just kind of things that are here on the earth, and we deserve equality
Yeah.
to live our natural lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you think that those same concepts would apply to, like, my dog or my cat? Like, are they equal?
Equal rights? I mean, yeah, of course, because there's, like, a cutoff. Like, I think it's, like, based off, like, the intellectual being. So, of course, like, yeah, cats and dogs should, if they wanted a fucking job, like, they should be able to get a job. You know what I mean?
But don't you feel dogs more naturally? I mean, most dogs in existence today aren't even natural dogs, but if you think the basic natural dog back in time, their natural life, they just want to roam the earth, eat their food, poop where they want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, when you say the equality rights and it differs with intelligence, does that mean the value of life differs with intelligence? Like my young sister or my goldfish, it's dumber, so it isn't as valued?
No, I think it should be valued the same. I just think, like, of course, as, like, with just, like, living beings, like, even animals, humans, well, not humans, but I mean, like, humans are all going to be treated the same, but as just, like, a group, their level of intelligence will, like, consider, that's why, like, we eat fucking, it's normal to eat, like, cows and pigs, but not, like, fucking monkeys or, like, stuff like that.
Well,
they're so close intellectually to humans.
Yeah, well, like pigs are smarter than 3-year-olds, sometimes 5-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Like my sister, she's gonna grow up and be a very evolved human and be part of society and all that.
Yeah.
She has this base that's already built for her.
Yeah.
And she has a bigger brain, all this evolution we can get into.
Mm-hmm.
But she's intellectually less smart than the pig right now.
Yeah, that's...
And in China, there's a dog meat trade,
Yeah, true.
So I guess what I'd like to ask next is, do you think equal rights apply to those farm animals, pigs and cows and chickens?
I think it should, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate that it doesn't, but I think it should. I think, like, animals definitely should be, treated with, they should have good lives. Like, it's kind of shitty that, like, you see, like farms where they raise, like, meat farms.
Yeah.
Like, the animals are treated like shit, and I mean, of course, like, no one wants to see that. Like, no one really wants to go in to see that.
And that's why it's behind the walls, you know?
Because people, they're fine with just kind of not paying attention to it. So it's not as, like, as long as they eat, as long as people eat, then they're fine with it. They don't want to know how it's made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really shitty, but...
So is the fault here on the people in the farms, the low-income workers that are raising these animals? Is it the corporations?
I think it's
who's to blame?
I think it's more towards the corporations, because the workers and the people who maintain the farms, they're only given so much, and they only have as much power as they're given.
Yeah.
So I think it falls on the people who are, like, the people who aren't even on, they don't even see what's going on. It's
Yeah.
like the people who run it, like the top people
Exactly.
at the corporations. They're the ones that I think are responsible for saying, hey, like this is what we're about, this is how we're going to run things, and nothing's going to be below that standard.
So you're the big boss, big suit and tie.
Yeah.
He doesn't go into the place where the work actually happens. Do you feel that that's also kind of similar to the consumer? He doesn't see it behind the walls, but he has just as much power to make that choice, whether or not the suffering and pain happens to the animal.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like a lot of people on like the consumer, like they're on that level. I think they just think, because me personally, I know when I see like, oh shit, well, I know this company, they don't treat their animals right, but I eat it anyways. But I just think like, well, damn, there's not going to be much I can do about it. But I mean, if as consumers, if we just come together and like, I mean, if they...
It's a supply and demand thing. We can destroy any industry just like we destroyed big tobacco in Utah,
yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, would you say that when you make the decision to buy products like products over there, right?
Jr. over here.
Do you say that is kind of supporting that pain and suffering that us as consumers and the general humans we disagree with it, but we pay people to do it?
I think it doesn't go, we don't think that far into it.
So there's a disconnect from the products and the animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't think that far into it. We just, oh shit, like I'm hungry, I'm gonna go over Carl's Jr. really quick. You know what I mean?
So we don't even need these animals for survival at this point. Maybe 100 years ago, or when we hunters and gatherers, or if you're stranded on an island with a goat, which I wouldn't even eat the goat. I would just take the companionship and starve together, right?
Yeah.
So do we have any power in our choice of what we buy to stop these corporations, to stop all that pain and suffering?
I think, I mean, you see movements like all the time on like social media and stuff. I think it really just takes one person to like kind of start something. So, I mean, it's just up to if, people actually want to change, they can talk about it all they want. It's really just if, they actually want to change and want to see the difference for it.
All right, dude, you are the best person I have interviewed so far. You're saying exactly what I'm hoping you'll say in my head. So my last question I have for you is, are you one of the people who would be willing to change and try to adapt for the benefit of the animals?
I mean, personally, like, I want to, but I just know, like, it's kind of like what I said. There's that sense of if one person does it, like, there won't be much change to it. There will always be somebody who's gonna, if I stop eating hamburgers, then there's gonna be somebody else who like wants to try hamburger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's really just up to, I don't think it's up to any one person. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to do it. Like, I think you hear about people going vegan like a day a week.
Yeah, exactly.
And like it helps a lot. And I think like kind of if everyone took that responsibility, and personally I would have to have like someone hold me accountable for it. Like, I wouldn't be able to
finish what you're saying.
I just wouldn't be able to, like, I wouldn't have like the willpower to be like, oh shit, today's my vegan day, like I gotta go out of my way to eat all vegan. But I do definitely think there's times where I'm like, shit, like, do I want to go get fast food, or do I just want to get like, do I want to go like make something healthy to eat? Yeah. Go make something, get something healthy to eat.
And I mean, you're really aware of like all the vegans out here, they're not all healthy.
Yeah.
That's a very big anti-argument, right?
Yeah.
And
they don't get like the
proteins, honestly, that's not the problem at all, dude. It's the fats, but like where does your protein get its protein?
Yeah, exactly.
It gets it from the grass.
Yeah.
So all we need to ask ourselves is, if one person can save 1,100 gallons of water a day, right, by just being vegan, and we'll have less soy production in the Amazon rainforest because they're growing soy, and everybody says, oh, it's for the vegans to eat their tofu.
Yeah.
But all of it is substandard. It's not fit for human consumption.
Yeah.
So they just sell it back to Brazil, or they sell it to India, and then they feed their cattle with it.
Yeah.
So we'd use less soy if we just ate the soy directly and grew it a little nicer.
Yeah.
So would you be willing to take a 22-day vegan challenge just to test yourself?
Personally, like 22 days in a row?
Well, yeah, just try 22 days and see if it's like possible. And I'm telling you, dude, you can eat straight junk food. I was 130 pounds, and then I went vegan. Now I'm 155.
Nice. I mean, I'd be down for it. Maybe not at the moment, just because I have like work, and then I play like sports and stuff, and then with school and everything. I just know personally I wouldn't be able to, like, there's not enough time in the day for like, all right, I have to go out of my way to go eat vegan, or I'd have to like go like change the habits like in my house. You know.
So
what I mean?
yeah, of course, it's also a cultural thing.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And our culture doesn't define morals. I mean, I hope you'd agree with that. Just
Yeah.
looking in our past of a civilization, our
Yeah.
cultures have been kind of evil
Yeah.
and had bad ideas. Even though nobody's really a bad person, they just make bad choices.
Yeah, definitely.
So, are you aware of products like Carl's Jr. over here, right? They have
Yeah.
a Beyond Burger. You know what that is?
Don't know, no.
So you just go buy the burger and you eat it, and they use science and they take the proteins that make peas and they reconfigure it into a Frankenstein pea burger. I don't like saying Frankenstein because that sounds evil or wrong. But they make you a burger and it's made out of peas and you eat it and you go through drive-through and
Oh, nice.
I don't see how that would alter someone's
Their eating habits and
routine.
stuff.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it is hard to do it in a extremely healthy way.
Yeah.
But it's also not hard to just make the conscious decision to not harm animals.
Yeah, definitely. No, yeah, I feel like, see, I wasn't, I had no clue about
See,
that.
it's just because you were saying that people are disconnected from the product.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
if you were aware of the situation, of course, every time humans you would like to think would make the right choice. And most time, if they're aware and conscious enough, they will make the right choice.
Definitely. Yeah. See, I just wasn't sure about that. That's actually
Yeah, I mean,
not a bad...
Lily, come here. Would you like to tell everybody what you were eating in the car on the way here?
Vegan chicken nuggets with buffalo sauce, and it's amazing. It's better than real
Nice.
chicken, I promise.
Okay, I don't even like real chicken or fake chicken.
Yeah.
But
Buffalo
like if you
chicken
miss
is the
Wendy's
best
and you want to
morning
save
stuff.
money and be able to get them at your house, you can buy it at the store.
Yeah, nice.
Like it's the routine of you go to the store and you buy the products and you go through your fast food or your immediate food anywhere. It is possible.
Yeah.
And it might be a little less convenient, but the more people we get onto this idea, it's going to make it more convenient for others.
Definitely. And that's what this is doing. Yeah, the YouTube video, it's gonna go out and like spread, you know.
Yeah.
Because definitely, I'll look at the channel. I'll watch the video. I'll get up to date with it. So yeah, no, definitely. I think because my brother used to be vegetarian. I think he was vegan for a little while, but I don't think.
Did he get sick or what happened?
No, I just think like I just don't know honestly. But he was vegetarian. He's vegan. He loved it.
Yeah.
But he kind of just he was for a couple months.
Yeah.
And then he kind of just stopped. I know he's still like to this day like he's
very conscious about his
what he eats
decisions
and stuff. And so, but I don't. Ever since just like going to college, dude, it's like, you know what I mean? It's everything gets wide. You know. What
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
You don't have people like when I was living with my brother. It was like, all right, so we're eating this tonight. Like, all right, it's vegetarian, it's vegan. All right, okay, because he wants to eat it, so we'll eat it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right, on my own, what am I gonna get? Oh, I'll just
So
get
now it's your own conscious decisions.
yeah, see, but before I know I could probably do that challenge. I just need someone to hold me accountable. You know what I mean? Because I get so stuck in like the habit and the routine of things. So like the first couple of days of that challenge would probably be really difficult. But I think after I got into the routine and the habit,
And
I
you
feel like-
you had more knowledge of, I can get vegan stuff here,
Yeah,
vegan stuff
exactly.
here.
Mhm.
So I heard you say the word could. You said you could do it.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, his mother, wrote on the fridge the other day that could is an evil word,
Yeah.
and it's also close to should. And it just makes me think of Yoda. There's do or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and I think it's just getting yourself to actually do it. And I'm one of those people who I'm like, yeah, like don't even because you just called me out on it.
Well, I'm not here to attack you
No,
or
no,
tell you
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're wrong or anything. I'm just out here making sure you're aware of the oppression.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
The same way Martin Luther King was making sure people were aware of the oppression.
Oh, yeah.
Activism,
Mhm.
you know, and now, like, I don't have a sign and I'm not, the end is near.
Yeah, yeah.
We have media and I can thankfully clone
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
do this forever, right?
Yeah. And
One
then
time.
I think what you're doing now is better than kind of what a lot of other people do. Like you see them on social media, like attacking people. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you shouldn't eat this or you should eat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
or
think there's
posting just gruesome videos just for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is a lot better. And I think personally, I probably, when I get home tonight, I probably will, you know.
You're going to search up Try Vegan 22 on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah.
Join the group.
Definitely.
So if you join the Try Vegan 22 day group, there's going to be coaches, mentors, like people. Like there's going to be guys like me who are more educated and better than me. And they're going to talk to you personally and say, bro, like, I know you need help. Like if we were in the UK where like a quarter of them are vegan already and we
Yeah.
could just eat everywhere, you know,
Yeah.
that'd be a lot more convenient. But right now, Utah has almost like no plant
Yeah.
eaters. So we got to be that keystone in the movement. You
Yeah.
know, do you think people back in Martin Luther King's time in the South, do you think every white or black man who stood up and fought for the rights, it wasn't accepted? People were
Yeah.
physically harmed for it,
Mhm.
you know?
And I think I think that's like a really good kind of like reflection, because right now I feel like there were people back then who were like, oh, like, yeah, definitely everyone should have it, but you know, me, the one person, can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? But I think it just takes that one person to stand up, like, yo, like, we could all do this. Like, who wants to help me do it? Then it really goes a long way.
Yeah, and one of my favorite quotes from another YouTuber, Earthling Ed, he says, one person can't make a difference. Anonymous. 7.5 billion people.
Yeah. That's something to think about. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hey, well, thank you so much,
Yeah, no
dude.
problem, man.
You're a great guy.
Thanks,
It
bro.
was nice to meet you.
I appreciate it. Definitely. Hey, vegan. I'm gonna try it. Watch, I'm gonna try it.
Do it, dude. Thank you.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
man.
dude.